Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Players Zone YouTube channel. And it's that time of the year, right? Less than 4 weeks ago to the season starts. We're going through and rating every Premier League team's home kits for the upcoming season. Ratings, grades, listing, all this stuff now. We're getting back into that sort of time of the season. Getting excited for the season to come and probably the start of something really, really exciting here. To be honest, rating these kits, looking through them, there wasn't many that really blew me away, but a few that are definitely stand out in the upcoming season. I love this time of year. I love going through the kits and the players, and we're predicting things. It's really, really fun. So if you're new to the channel, guys, make sure like, comment, subscribe, join us here. Our push to 1K towards the start of the season is our goal. Thank you for all those who've come during the European Championships, and now we're ready to go for the upcoming season, and we're starting here with some Premier League kit rankings. Let's now get straight into our grades. All right, ladies and gents, we're going to go in alphabetical order. That means Arsenal is up first. And they've gone with an interesting design, giving that Coke bottle look, as many people have said. I'm not the biggest fan, not the biggest hater. It's sort of just there, right? Compared to last season, I love last season. Kept a bit of the gold, how clean it looked, a bit of a design down the middle of the shirt. This one, much more simpler. This new Adidas style worked really well in the Euros, I thought, some of the European Championship kits and all those kits also in the Copa America. But for a league kit, it just looks a bit, especially with the blue. You know, Chelsea's blue, and you're bringing blue into your kit. I'm not sure about that. They've tried to be bold with a lot of their kits this season, Arsenal. This one, obviously the gunner, just having the gunner there, that's a tick for me. Emirates, classic, I like that. You know, the blues it takes away from, but the white, I like that. I just wish they maybe went with a darker red on those sort of stripes there, and the blue on the side there. I just think it takes away from the kit. I'm normally a big fan of Arsenal kits. They're normally really, really clean, really nice design. But I think they've just missed a trick here with blue. I'm not sure if blue's the way to go. I think it'll look good on players when they wear it, but I'm just not a fan how the blue sort of comes on the sides of the kit. And these Adidas kits, I think if you keep it simple with one colour for the main body and those sort of side strips, it looks much better. You'll see with a few kits to come how I sort of rate those kits a little bit higher. I think it's okay though. I like the gunner, as I said, nice clean design, very simple, but you know, sophisticated for over Arsenal. I wish it was gold like last year. I really was a fan of the gold of last year. As such, for me, just above par. I'm going 6 out of 10. Nothing really special. But nothing really showing me that it's a top kit or a really bad kit, that being said. So 6 out of 10 for me for this Arsenal home kit. We now come to Aston Villa, and this one is one of my personal favourites this season. They've jumped across to Adidas, and Adidas have hit the ground running here with Aston Villa. Claret and blue, right? You can't really go wrong with it. But you know what they've done? Different to Arsenal, there's none of that different colour on the strip. It's all that sort of maroony, sort of claret colour down the body. Batano sponsor takes away from a little bit. If you had a bit more of an iconic sponsor on the chest, I'm giving it a 10 out of 10. Outside of that, though, very, very clean. I love the differential in the shoulders there. Nice and clean design. Shoulders are that sort of light blue. And got the claret then back on the 3 stripes there. Really nice, clean design. The new logo as well. I like the new logo. All in all, fantastic kit. I can't really fault it outside of that sponsor. You get a more iconic sponsor in there. Saying it's not a betting company. Massive fan of it. I think that's the only thing that really takes away from it. As such, it's a winner for me. Unless you love the design on the collar as well. There are a few stripes there around the collar. Really, really clean. Really neat design. Keeps it simple, but does it well. And that's what I'm a fan of here. Colours match well. We love claret and blue kits around here. For me, 8 out of 10. One of the best kits in the season for the Premier League. Aston Villa, once again, having another classic kit in their collection. Up next, it's AFC Bournemouth. And hit or miss for me. It's obviously a new design here, which I'm looking at. Nothing that's been confirmed yet. I like the bigger stripes coming back, a more thicker style with some few gold lines throughout. The gold umbro, though, sort of looks invisible on the kits. I'm not really a fan of that. Obviously lacking a sponsor right now as well. It's just nothing really special. A little bit boring, a bit bland. They need something a little bit different. The last few seasons I've liked it. A bit more gradients. That sort of crisscross design, I think a few years ago, maybe last year, I can't remember exactly. But you know, thicker lines, I'm a fan of it, but if you might need a bit of a gradient or maybe a bit more white in there to mix it up, but it looks just really simple, really bland and nothing special. And especially with the gold Umbro logo, it just gets lost in the kit itself. So, and without a sponsor right now, it's just really hard to grade it. I think it's quite a simple kit, nothing out there. Doesn't really do much in terms of ticking many boxes. It's just got it as a bland sort of kit for me. I'm going with a 5 out of 10. I just think it's a simple kit, nothing extravagant, nothing really that ticks a box. Maybe you put a good sponsor in there, it changes it for me. But right now, with what I'm seeing from the leaks, I'm not really a big fan of this one here. So a flat 5 out of 10 for me for Bournemouth. Brentford is next, and I can't remember what I gave them last season, but because they've copied the same design, I'm going to rank it low. You know, the gradient yes, it's okay, but I prefer the sort of thinner stripes when they first came in the Premier League. I'm not sure about the black gradient with the red. It's not really for me. I'd prefer maybe a darker red, similar to what Manchester United did with their kit this season. I just think, especially the position of the Umbro logo, again, Hollywood Bets, not my favourite sponsor in the middle of the kit there. Thick stripes, I prefer thin stripes. The gradient going to black, I'm not really a fan of as well. It is trying to change things up, I'm a fan of that, but the fact that you've got the same kit again this season, it puts it down for me. I've gone with a 4.5. It has to be below Bournemouth because they've actually not changed their kit. Not my favourite style as well. Yes, they've tried something, but come on, Brentford, give us something to be excited about this season. Exact same kit, not a fan of that at all. So yeah, for me, 4.5 out of 10, and one of the most disappointing from this season. Our next club is Brighton, and as far as night kits go, probably the best. I love this. It's very clean, traditional Brighton. They've had a bit of yellow in the last few seasons and gone between thick designs, bolder designs. This is these pinstripes down the shirt there. A nice contrast, a real darker blue, a real hearty blue, and I love that colour. Got the blue around the sleeves as well. None of this cross pattern design that Nike are going with, like some of the shoulders would have some of the colour of the main body and then some of the shoulders. It's just simple. It's white shoulders with a blue strap. You've got the nice pinstripes down the middle and darker blue. The American Express logo fits so perfectly with this Brighton kit. And I think it will go down eventually as an iconic sponsor for the football club. It just looks clean, and Nike have nailed it with this kit here, and I just love it. All in all, I just absolutely love the kit. Very clean, very classy design, and it's that color. There's that blue color for me. It's a different blue which they've had the last few years, and it just ticks the box. I think it's going to look amazing this season on the back of those players there. As I said, the logo fits in nicely. Nike haven't gone with this stupid sort of rounded upper chest and shoulders that they did before, where the colours would just mix match a little bit and the stitching looked all over the place. It's much cleaner, it's much nicer, and I love it. It is probably one of the best night kits that I've seen in general. Obviously, they did well at the European Championship with the international teams and also in Copa America as well, but this one for me, chef's kiss. I've gone with 8 out of 10, very close to Aston Villa. I'll talk to you about how I differentiate them in the end, but very, very close, and one of my favourite kits coming out this season for the Premier League. We go from a great night kit to a not-so-great night kit, the Chelsea kit. Now, this is where I think we'll look back in time, it'll either be an absolute hitter or be a miss. They've gone with this weird sort of paintbrush-looking design. Looks like those lava lamps you see. I'm not against. We see Chelsea with those checkerboard and weird funky fashion where they were when they won the Club World Cup, and it sort of became iconic because of the players they had in it and the performances they had in it. But this kit, yes, you tried things. For me, though, it's the orange. Where's orange come from for Chelsea? Similar to the Arsenal, why is blue with an Arsenal kit and why is orange in a Chelsea kit? The badge just looks tacky. The logo, the Nike logo looks rubbish. And you've got, I'm not a fan of this sort of lava lamp type design. What are you doing? Keep it simple. Do a good job. Last season wasn't too bad. It was a step in the right direction. But even that gold badge, I think keep the badge white and blue. All right, that's the first start. If you've done that, this kit maybe bumps up for me because they've tried things. Okay, fair enough, you tried something, but the badge, the colours, the orange, I don't know where they're going with this. All in all, I respect the effort, and I think that's a big thing for me. I'm a fan of just trying to create things, make things happen, change things up a little bit with kits, but with a home kit like Chelsea, it's really hard to stuff it up, and they've managed to stuff it up yet again. Orange for me, that's almost a -7 in itself. The lava lamp looks a bit tacky, looks a bit, ugh. All in all, Chelsea, another disappointing kit, another season. And Nike, once again, just selling themselves short with some of the kits they've made. I've gone with a 3 out of 10. I know some people might like it and give it a 7. It's sort of, down to the taste. If you like stuff like this, fair play. It maybe another year might hit for me, but that logo in the orange and all in all, I don't like it at all. It's a 3 out of 10 for me. Not good. Yet again, Chelsea being done dirty by Nike. Our next kit is Crystal Palace, and I'm wearing last season's kit. I love last season's kit in that design. One of my favourites from last year, and this one is even better in many regards. I'm loving how they've got that pattern design that doesn't make them just clean lines. It's a bit different. And it looks like a bit of the eagle logo sort of worked in there really nicely. Somewhat of a floral, eagle-y type design, which I really, really like. The Macron sponsor and the Crystal Palace logo is a little bit high for my liking. I like the collar as well, or sort of the V-neck design there, with the blue looks really clean there, and the clean white and red stripes around the arm sleeves as well. Really, really good. For me, though, yet again, though, this net 88, it's too high up. I hope eventually when it comes out in the season, it's a little bit lower down. and the logo, it might become iconic. It's a nice font, but again, it takes away from the kit. The kit's so abstract and arty and really, really nice to look at. But then you've got this real thick and out there sponsor. It doesn't really match the rest of the kit. If everything gets shifted down, it helps it, and it becomes probably my favourite kit of the season. But as I see in the photo, it's all sort of pushed up and all a bit high. I'm not sure about that. And I'm not sure about the sponsor. Again, sponsors can make or break kits, and this one for me definitely is not improving it. But the design itself, the colours, again, sort of that lighter blue, and how it sort of works as a semi-gradient, how the reds and blues sort of mix really nicely. I love the floral. I think it's an eagle. It is an eagle design in there. It looks like a florally design if you look further back. Really clean, vibrant, sort of expresses what Crystal Palace is all about for me. A really exciting club, exciting kit. If the sponsor was a little bit different, a bit more iconic, it could be a 10 out of 10. With that being said, I'm giving it a 7.5 out of 10. Maybe the Crystal Palace bias in there, but I absolutely love this kit, and I think it's going to be one of the best coming out this season. Our next kit is Everton, and what a downgrade. Going to Castore is football kit purgatory in my eyes. You have really thin kits that take a lot of sweat up. This kit here is so bland and is so boring, and you've got the steak sponsor to add on top of that. It, for me, is probably one of the worst kits we'll get this season. Really bland, really boring. Nothing really exciting about it. Castore and steak, probably the worst two combinations of sponsors you can possibly get. I think they have kick as well on the arm sleeves. I don't know about this. I'm not a big fan at all. Everton kits, I feel like you need a collar with an Everton kit. It screams that collar. The last few seasons, with the last company that had, I think it was Hummel. Hummel had the kits last season. They were fantastic, especially last season with the collar. Loved that. And looked really clean, really sophisticated, really nice. But this steak sponsor with Castore, bland design, bland pattern, really boring. It's just really bad for me. I don't know. Steak ruins it. Castore ruins it as well. Nothing really abstract or exciting to look at. It's a low score for me. It's going to be a 2 out of 10. I'm probably being really harsh, but I just hate these Castore and steak-based kits. It's not for me. Yeah, and really low. I'm going with a 2 out of 10 for Everton. Our next kit comes from London. It's Fulham's kit, and I have a soft spot. Collars, for me, that's an instant tick. It always elevates that shirt to being above average just by the collar itself. Another great kit for me for Fulham. Fulham have had some really good kits on the last few years. And for me, the one time I'll accept that it's a different colour down the side panels here of these Adidas kits. Gone with the red, but it's incorporated in the logo, which I like as well. Gives it a bit of a bounce, something to be excited about. Obviously, the Fulham kit last season, you can see behind me, was all right, nothing special. This just gives that extra kick, extra vibrance when it's on the players. A collar as well, looks really clean. And for Fulham, it always looks like a classy kit, the Fulham kit, really black and white, keeps it nice and neat. Majority white this season, but that black collar contrasts really well. A really bright red that matches the logo as well, so makes it stand out. I think it's one of the best kits, and in terms of Fulham kits, they've maximised what they can possibly do with it. Obviously, the sponsor I'm not the biggest fan of. It's really big and it takes a lot of space. That's what takes away from it a little bit. I like how the shoulder sponsor's red as well, again, matching that theme. All in all, a really nice kit, though. I think one of the nicest we've got this season in the Premier League. As I said, I have a soft spot for the collar. The way they've incorporated the team logo colours all over the kit makes it fantastic for me, and one of the best Adidas kits we've got this season. I'm gone with a really solid 8 out of 10 for Fulham here. I think this is a really neat design. Complements the logo really well. Looks classy. Has a bit of vibrance with the red as well. I think all in all, a really fantastically formulated kit. And for me, a tick in Adidas's book there. All right, we come to one of the newly promoted teams, and this is a bit of a heater. Ipswich, wow. Going back to those, and the more pinstripe action, love that as well. Umbro, I like how they've contrasted that red in their logo as well. The old school like badge around the badge, if you know what I mean there. Really nice design. A real dark blue. Love that colour. The collar as well, the even darker version. I think it looks fantastic. But yes, again, the sponsor. I get it, Ed Sheeran's your owner and a big part of the club. But it's just so big and clunky. I just think if it was any different spot, I even take a betting company at this point over that. It's just a little bit in the way. The white pinstripes. Look, this is the closest I think you can get to a 10 this season. I'm just not a fan of the Ed Sheeran type logo in the centre as a sponsor. The surrounding badge around the badge for me is Chef's Kiss. The Umbro logo looks fantastic with a little sprinkle of red in there as well. The dark blue contrasting with the more hearty main colour of the blue. It's one of the greats. It's literally, it's given off those sort of 80s and 90s vibes of those kits there when you have that surrounding patch around the logo. It's so nice to look at. I'm just not a fan of that Ed Sheeran sponsored little. That's what takes it away from me. It was a close, I think, we got here this season to a 10. It's just that logo for me takes it away. As such, it relegates it down to an 8.5 out of 10 for me. But by no means is it ruin the kit. I think it is one of the top kits this season. It's definitely going to be copped by me this season. Cannot wait to see them run out back in the Premier League, this kit. First time in 20 years of being in the Premier League. And what a way to return to the Premier with this absolutely beautiful design from Umbro. Umbro yet again hitting the spot, giving that vintage vibe. Umbro's vintage. That badge design's fantastic. Little pinstripes as well with the white, the blue contrast. I love it. I absolutely love it. 8.5 out of 10 for me. Not quite the best rated kit for me, but very, very close. And could have easily been the 10 with a different sponsor on the front of this kit. We go from the highs of highs to the lows of lows. The next promoted team was Leicester. And this is giving off training kit vibe yet again. I don't know why Adidas keeps stiffing Leicester, but this just is giving me something that the guys would wear as a warm-up kit or on the training park in pre-season. It just looks like yes, the blues, that's a Leicester's blue, but it looks like a bit of a training kit, especially with the dark side that, again, giving off training kit vibe. I used to like the gold design they had. I've been trying to incorporate a little bit there around the neck, but Adidas, you have to have something different on the kit to make it not look like a training kit. And I think Leicester gets stiffed every time, especially with this sort of V-neck they got going on as well. It just looks a little bit tacky. The sponsor, for me, awful. Probably one of the worst sponsors we've got this season in the Premier League. The best, I said about tonight, just giving off training kit. And I just think that takes away from it. Leicester have struggled in the last few seasons with Adidas kits not looking like warm-up kits or training kits. I think if it was a rounded design, it might have helped it. This V-neck doesn't really give off anything exciting. It looks just a little bit cheap, a little bit yuck, especially with the logo as well. I'm not a big fan of it at all. I'm going with a 2 out of 10. I'm not a big fan of it. Leicester have so much capability to make such great kits. Back when they win those titles, those kits look fantastic. With these Adidas kits they've got with Adidas and with Leicester, this combination has not been good at all. And for me, a pretty simple 2 out of 10. Really, really poor. Our next kit comes from one of the big boys, Nike yet again, and they've made another you like it or you hate it type kit. And it's grown on me a little bit. I hated it at first. I saw them playing at the final game of the season, Liverpool. It looked a little bit better. But this McDonald's kit that Liverpool are wearing this season, I'm not sure. They've tried something different with this geometric design with the yellow. The overwhelming amount of yellow in the kit is a bit too much for me. The Nike and Liverpool logos with yellow. They're trying to go back to that yellowy design. I don't know, and this collar's too thick. I'm not a big fan. It has grown on me though. That's why I'm not giving it such a low score, but it's just a bit too much. And Nike yet again have missed with the kit. There's so much potential with Liverpool. You can go back in time and take elements away. They're trying to do a whole new thing here with this geometric design, which first I don't like, especially the fact it's yellow as well. I think it had to be a different color. The thick collar, no one else has something like that. I don't really like that either. It just giving off Ronald McDonald. That's basically what it is. For me, it started at a 1 out of 10. It's sort of grown me a little bit. I've gone with a 4 out of 10. It's just a little bit, I don't even know the word for it, just a bit yuck. It's not quite for me. Too much yellow. Geometric design isn't hitting in this collar. I don't know what's going on with how thick it is. It could become a bit of a historic kit, I guess, if they do well in it. But by no means is at the start of the season one of my favourites. Probably one of the worst. And yet again, Nike producing a bit of a stinker in the Premier League with their kits. Now got our first Manchester club. It's Man City. Now, I like this. Puma's done quite well with Man City in recent years. They keep it mostly simple. I liked the centre badge a few years ago with the maroon. I wish they'd gone back to that sort of maroon type design, but this is not bad. Still got the 88 Airways. That's becoming now iconic with Man City. And I like this sort of funky design over the neck piece and the arm sleeves. Really, really nice design there. Got a bit of a dark blue throughout, which is really good. As far as Man City goes, it's pretty engaging, pretty exciting, but nothing special for Man City here. I think it's a clean design, gets the job done. I'm going with a 7 out of 10. I think I can't put it much higher than that. Could have put it a little bit lower, but I think they've just done a good job here once again, Puma. All in all, pretty happy with this kit. Does what a Man City kit does well, which is sky blue, a bit of dark blue in there, and the white throughout. So for me, just a basic 7 out of 10 for Manchester City. We now move to the other side of Manchester with Manchester United, my club, my boys. And this kid had so much potential there. I like going back to the white on the sleeve collars over the shoulders there. The collar's rounded. I like that from Adidas. Has a good tick. Snapdragon looks a really nice sponsor to have there. Much better than TeamViewer. The gradient, I'm always a fan of the gradient if it's incorporated right. But this orange strip along the side, once again, similar to the Arsenal kit, it's taking away from the kit. Make it black. Maybe make it white or a darker red. You've gone with this orange design. It looks a bit strange. Like when you're wearing that kit with white shorts, it just looks ridiculous. So it was so close to being a great kit. You chuck a bit of white down that sort of sidebar there, even a dark red. I think it's one of the better kits this season. The logo, the sponsor looks fantastic altogether. The white on the shoulders, the rounded neck design looks so clean. Everything until you get to these sort of sidebars here that Adidas are incorporating, and you've just gone and ruined it. I think it was a great kit that had so much potential that has fallen short because of this orangey or neon looking red you've got there. It's not a fan for me. I think it's still one of the better kits. I've gone with 7 out of 10 for this one because they've tried something and it's working for the most part. But that orange, I am not, or orange or bright red, whatever it is, I'm not a fan of it at all. And as such, it relegates it to a 7 out of 10 for me. So close for Manchester United having another great kit. Our next team is Newcastle. And this is another example of, yet again, a major sponsor ruining a kit. This sealer company, it is overwhelmingly massive. It looks a bit tacky and yuck. All in all, a really nice kit. They're going to that sort of thicker striped design, the black and white. You can't really do much Newcastle kit. That's their colours. I like that. You've done the best job you can with that. The V-neck, not really a fan of that either. That's taken away from it for me. So between the sponsor and the V-neck, it looks a little bit subpar. All in all, though, it's a Newcastle kit. There's only so much you can do with it. Different sponsor elevates for me. And again, I wish Adidas went with a round collar here. You saw how good it looks with Manchester United's kit. I wish I'd done it here with Newcastle's kit. It's a solid kit in all, but I think that sponsor and the V-neck just relegates it for me. I've gone with a 5 out of 10. Again, it's nothing really, really bad, but it's nothing special. So it sits middle of the park for me with a 5 out of 10. Our next kit is Nottingham Forest. And this one, I don't mind. They've had a really bland kit the last few seasons, but this is much better. Still got that red and the white with the Adidas there, but this sort of geometric design in the background with this sort of black or dark red style looks really, really nice. Gives it a bit of depth to the kit, gives it a bit of excitement and pizzazz to what has been a really bland kit the last few seasons. Really clean. The sponsor's a little bit big and out the way, but as far as sponsors go in the Premier League, not bad. I'll take that design. I think it's really, really good. Once again, Adidas with the rounded collar sign, much nicer there. That's a real clean design there. I think the dark shapes in the background do it for me. It makes it a really, really nice kit. And as far as the Forest kits have been the last few seasons, at least it adds something to it. It gives it a bit of excitement to look at. And for me, one of the stronger kits this season. I've gone with a 7 out of 10. I think it's a really, really good job. Maybe a different sponsor, maybe a little bit more excitement on the sleeves there. Gives it a bit of X factor, but the way it is, solid enough kit, above par for me, does a fantastic job. So I've gone with a 7 out of 10 for Nottingham Forest this season. Our next kit is the final of the promoted side, Southampton, and I am excited for this kit here. This is very, very nice. Obviously, the red and white, that's what Southampton is. A fantastic sponsor. I love this sponsor. Roll bit, whatever it is, it looks really, really clean, this design. You got the Puma there with the black, not too bad. Doesn't stand out as much as I would like, but it does a good job. But then this color design like Puma have gone with, fantastic. The black with the red in the center there, really, really clean design. The shoulder sleeves, yes, it's a little bit off matching, but I like that about it for some reason. I really like that. The black around the sleeves as well. Oh, fantastic. I think they've incorporated the blacks and the red and white really, really well here between the collar and the arm sleeves. The sponsor fits in fantastically. This is one of my personal favorites from the season. I really, really like it. Clean design. It's Southampton true and true, but it's got a bit of pizzazz to it. The sponsor adds to it. The black and how it's formatted. The Puma have done fantastically well. I think Puma are making some of the best kits right now in world football, and this is adding to that. They kept it simple with Man City, relatively simple here with Southampton, but got the small things right and made it a really, really nice kit to look at. I've gone with a really solid 8.5 out of 10. It might sound ridiculous because it's just red and white, but for me, looks really nice. The way they finish it off there with the Puma at the bottom, have that sort of design that sort of cuts in. The black all around, I just think I love it. The sponsor as well, for me, one of the best kits of the season. I've gone with Southampton, an 8.5 out of 10 for me. And third and last home kit is Tottenham. And once again, it is a snooze fest. It is white with the red A. It's got the dark blue on the arm sleeves. It's boring. It's boring. They try something with the arm sleeves, but it makes it probably even worse. I like the rounded collar. That looks nice. There's too many lines going on here and on the arm sleeves. It's just Tottenham's kits are hard. I don't know if you can do anything with a Tottenham kit. It's bland in the middle. The arm sleeves are doing too much here. It's a 3 out of 10. I don't know how I can put it. It's just Tottenham. Tottenham can never really have a good football kit, I feel like, at home. That's why they do too much normally with their away kits. I just think, it's bland, it's boring. It is Tottenham, but that's just what it is. For me, I've gone with 3 out of 10. Doesn't really excite me much at all, this kit. Penultimate kit, and this is, maybe I'm showing my love for claret and blue. This is my favourite from this season. West Ham United, Umbro, smashed out the park. This collar, how they sort of gone the alternating claret and blue up there with the light sky blue. I like to have the logos now sort of inverted as well. Love that as well. The Betway sponsor is starting to sit now with West Ham. It's become a bit more iconic. The sleeves, the design, the sleeve matching the main collar. It's giving that old retro vibe. The Umbro in the sort of sky blue as well. Oh, I love it. It is my favourite kit by a long way. Clean, given old school, yet exciting. So it's sort of enough to look at. It is at the end of the day just a claret, main with a blue side, but the designs and the collar, the designs and the sleeves, it is chef's kiss. I absolutely love the design. Super neat, super clean, ticks the box. It is claret and blue, but it's that sort of lighter colour this time around. The design is just fantastic, and I love how the logo has been inverted. Like, I love that way around. It might make it hard to see. I guess the writing of that West Ham is, but I think it looks fantastic. The hammers are now in that claret colour. Oh, I don't know. I absolutely love this kit. My favourite for the season. 9 out of 10 for me. So close. Maybe a little bit more on the main body of the kit, but outside that, once again, Umbro smashing it out of the park. There's a common theme here. Claret and blue and Umbro kits, I love them this season. This West Ham kit for me is fantastic. Once again, similar to Ipswich, very, very close to 10 out of 10 for me. Just maybe a little bit more in the main body of it. If you got a bit of pinstripe action in there, well, then maybe it's 10 out of 10 for me. But all in all, given that retro, claret and blue, staying true to it, changing it up a little bit with some of the patterns on the sleeves and around the collar. Very, very good. Nearing perfection here. West Ham, massive tick in your book this season for your kit. From the highs to the lows of lows, the worst kit this season is Wolves. They've got this new Sudo sponsorship centre logo, but it just looks like a t-shirt. And this DE bet. Betting companies, it's really hard for me to give a tick when it's a betting company most of the time because they just look ugly and overwhelmingly massive. The center logo, this is not it. This Sudo companies have changed their logo as well. That just looks tacky. Just looks like a t-shirt, for God's sake. I don't know. Wolves had some stinkers, Castor, and now this. Take me back to the Adidas days when they just came to the Premier League. This is a long way off one of their better kits. It is easily the worst kit in the Premier League for me. If it looks like a t-shirt, it's not for me. New sponsor. It takes some time for me to get used to these new sponsorship companies. But for me, they could have done so much more with this kit. Wolves have so much potential. Give me a gradient. Give me maybe some black in the main body of the kit. I like how they try to go with the similar to West Ham with the design on the collar and on the arm sleeves. But between the main sponsor, this centre logo, which doesn't look like it fits at all, and this Sudo new company, the t-shirt vibes given off, it is the worst for me. 1 out of 10 worst kit for the Premier League this season. And quite a theme for the season at all. Been quite disappointing, some of the kits here for the Premier League in season 24-25. All right, ladies and gents, that brings all my rankings for the kits to an end. For all the home kits in the Premier League for season 24-25, as I said, quite disappointing all in all. Not many great kits or memorable kits. Obviously, they grow on us as the season goes on, but all in all, to start the season off, not much to be excited about. My top 3 is, though, however, West Ham, number 1. Got Ipswich, number 2. 2 Umbro kits as top 2 for me. They're fantastic, both of those. And Southampton, for me, I think they'll become iconic at number 3. If they can stay up in that kit and produce some memorable moments, I'll tell you what, that might become synonymous with this season for Southampton and with the football club for me. It is a just fabulous design. Pretty clear to see though. No Adidas kits, no Nike kits in there in the top group. They've really struggled this season. Their kits are either bland, boring, or look like training kits. So need to up their game there. I'm loving the Umbro kits. I'm loving that Puma kit from Southampton. chef's kiss for all 3 of those ones. Worst being obviously Wolves, that last kick there looking like a t-shirt, so there's no chance that one is escaping from the bottom of my rankings. Let me know what you think of my rankings in the comment section down below. Have I got it right? Have I got it wrong? Let me know that in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed the video, smash a like on it, subscribe to the Player Zone channel, and press that post notification bell so you know we upload our videos here on the channel as we approach the start of all the seasons. Obviously, a lot of Premier League coverage here on the channel. There'll be prediction videos, reaction videos here. I'll be reacting to Champions League, predicting Champions League stuff. We've got podcasts covering the top 5 European leagues. We've got a Monday dedicated Premier League podcast. So if you're new to the channel, please join us. As I said, we're on the road to 1K. And if you get that by the start of the season, that would be much appreciated. We've grown so much on the Euros, and appreciate all those new guys who've joined us here on the channel. It is much appreciated. With that being said, I hope you have a great day. Enjoy the coming days until the start of the Premier League and start the football action. And I'll see you guys for the video very, very soon. Till next time, guys. See you later.